As of the making of this video, I'm 54 years old. Now, if I could go back to my 30 or 40-year-old self and give myself some financial advice, here's what I'd say. So the first piece of advice that I would give myself is that you have to save yourself. Nobody is coming through that door to rescue you from the mistakes or anything that you've done with your money or want to do with your money. It's on you. Your money is your responsibility. You may have to encourage yourself. You may have to motivate yourself and inspire your own self, but it's all on you. Nobody's coming to rescue you. The second thing I would tell myself is that you may have to cut some people off out of your life. People who are not going in the same direction you're going when it comes to your money or your life. And you're going to have to attach yourself to those people who are going the direction you're going in life and with money. Or people who have been where you are and are at where you want to get to. So don't waste time with the wrong people around you. Now, the third thing I would tell my 30 or 40-year-old self is don't be afraid to make changes, okay? And do things differently. Don't get caught doing things the same way you've always done them, right? Because if you do things the same way you always do it, you're going to end up getting the same results that you always got. So you got to do things different. And look, don't be afraid of doing things differently. Sometimes fear holds us back. Don't let that fear keep you from doing what you got to do. You may have to make some major adjustments and some major changes, but you got to keep going despite fear. But push yourself to dream big financially and put on your big boy pants and get it done. Now, the fourth thing that I would probably tell my 30-year-old or 40-year-old self is that stuff ain't that important when it's all said and done, right? You really want to put your money to work in the background. Who cares about stuff? In the end, stuff don't even matter as much as you may think it matters. It really don't matter that much, right? What matters more is your money going to work for you and working real hard for you back there where nobody can see it. So I would tell myself, hey, don't spend time trying to look rich and look like you got something, but focus that energy on getting wealthy in the back, right? Where people can't see it and it's none of their business to see it. They shouldn't be seeing it. Now, the fifth thing I would tell myself is invest more money if you can. Stretch yourself to put more money away towards your investments as early as possible. If you're 35, 36, 37, 32, 40, put away as much money as possible. The sooner you start doing that, the more compound interest can really go to work on your behalf. Look, you're going to pay for it anyway. You're going to pay when you're 60 or you're going to pay when you're 30. I suggest you pay it when you're 30, when you have the energy, you have the good health, and you're motivated when you're 30 years old. Pay for it at 30 so you can chill when you're 60. Because you don't want to pay for it when you're 60 and regret the fact that you didn't pay for it when you was 30. Now, that takes me to the sixth thing. The sixth thing I'd probably tell myself is start now, don't wait. The longer you wait, the harder it's going to get. Look, it's hard to just turn it on when you're 50, 55 years old. And if you're 50, 55 years old, let me know in the comments if what I'm saying is right. When you get to be 50, 55, 60, 65, you don't want to have to turn it on all of a sudden and start saving a whole bunch of money. You sort of wish you had done that when you was 30 years old or 35 years old. You ever see like a game that's a 4-quarter game, and towards the end of the game, you see the team working real hard and really hustling real hard, and you're asking yourself, well, why wasn't you doing all that hard work in the first quarter and in the second quarter? Why you wait till 6 minutes to go at the end of the game to turn it on, right? Apply that to your life. In the first part of your life, get busy, go with it, go hard, right? So turn it on as soon as you can, and don't wait till the end of the fourth quarter to start getting really serious about this thing. Now, the seventh thing I would tell my 30 or 40-year-old self is to exercise, walk, keep your body in shape, keep your body in good physical condition so that you're here for the long haul, right? What good is it to have a whole lot of money if you're not in good shape and good physical condition to enjoy it? Now, the eighth thing I would say to myself, my 30 or 40-year-old self, is forgive your parents as soon as you can. Your parents probably did the absolute best they could do with what they had. Maybe they didn't have a whole bunch of money. Maybe they didn't send you to this type of school or that school, or buy you this or buy you that. Look, the sooner you can forgive your parents and move on, the better. Don't live back there in the past. Look, all parents, all people, all humans, we all make mistakes. We make mistakes in life and with money. Don't beat yourself up, and make sure you forgive you and you forgive your parents for whatever took place in the past. And you need to live life moving forward, looking forward. The key is to recognize those mistakes, forgive, and move on. Keep going forward. Now, the ninth thing I would tell my 30 or 40-year-old self is simply what you focus on is going to grow, right? Whatever you put intention to and energy behind is what's going to flourish. It's going to flourish in the direction where you put that energy at. If you come to a situation with your personal finances and you're putting a lot of energy into being negative, that's going to grow and it's going to fester and it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. But if you take all that energy and you put it towards something positive regarding your personal finances, then that's what's going to grow in that direction. See, because abundance and lack are all around us. They're everywhere. Everywhere we look, we have people that are abundant and people that are lacking and don't have as much, right? The key is this: we get what we choose to focus on. So what I would tell my 30 or 40-year-old self is focus on the abundance. Don't focus on the lack. Focus on what you can do, what you can have, and put that energy there so that that is what begins to take place and manifest in your life, whether it's your life or your personal finances, right? Spend more energy and focus and time and money on fixing problems and growing than you spend on trying to figure out who's at fault, who's to blame, how terrible those mistakes are. Don't put your energy there. Put your energy on the positive. Put your focus on what's next, what's coming, what's possible, and keep that positive energy and that positive mindset. And you'll have abundance because you're focusing on abundance. The 10th thing I would say to myself is simply this, guys. Today, you are as young as you will ever be. If you're 30 years old and you're watching this, if you're my 40-year-old former self, hey, you only get older from here. Time doesn't wait on you. And the older you get, the faster time passes us by. So you don't get moments back. You don't get days back. Oftentimes, you don't get opportunities back. You got to seize the opportunities that are put before you with both money and time, right? Now, the 11th thing that I would tell my 30 or 40-year-old self is that your life and your money changes when you change. Your life and your money gets better when you get better. Your money and your life will improve when you improve. You want things to change with your money? You want to have more money? You want to have more investments? You got to make some changes, because it ain't changing till you change. And when you change, it changes. Now, the 12th thing I would tell myself, my 30, 40-year-old self, is make sure that you help other people and you give to other people. Not just to get something out of it, but you give and you help other people because it's just the right thing to do. See, I would tell my former self, listen, the price you pay for all the beauty of living and life itself is to give and help other people, because you're not in the world by yourself. And giving and helping others is a small price to pay for the beauty of life that we all enjoy. Now, the next thing I tell my 30 or 40-year-old self is, please make a financial plan for your money and for your life with money. And why? Because I want you to have some direction. See, I want the plan that you come up with, the strategy, the plan, the goals. I want those things to help guide your financial decisions. If you have no direction in life and with money, your life and money could end up anywhere. And all the decisions you make regarding money should be based on whether or not it fits in your strategy and your plan that you've come up with for your money. So develop that plan is what I tell my 30 or 40-year-old self. Now, the final thing that I would probably tell my 30 or 40-year-old self about life, about money, is that you can't always control what happens to you, but you can always control how you react and how you think. Because how you think determines how you behave, and how you behave determines the results and the outcome, right? So your thinking really has a direct connection to your outcomes. So how you think matters. That's why you got to get your thinking right. If you get your thinking right, then you'll start to behave accordingly, and ultimately the outcomes will be based on your thoughts. So get the right thinking, get the right outcomes. Look guys, I'm 54 years old and I've seen a lot of 30 and 40-year-old people make some of the biggest financial mistakes of their life. Look, we can all blow off our 20s and be okay. But we can't blow off our 30s and 40s and have a good rest of our life in our 60s and 70s. So there you have it. That's what I would tell my 30 or 40-year-old self about money if I could go back and give some advice. As always, guys, the best person who's going to take care of the old you is the young you. Take good care of yourself and take care of other people. Until the next video, peace.